In this video, I want to try and explain how the currency matrix helps us to understand the universal sentiment across the complex for a particular currency and how that develops as the trend itself develops on the chart. So what I've got set up here is a very simple arrangement. On the left-hand side, we have the quantum currency strength indicator, and that's running on a 15-minute time horizon. The two tables in the center are the currency matrix, and I've got a 15-minute time frame at the top and a 30-minute time frame at the bottom. And over on the right-hand side, we've got two charts, one on 5 minute and one on 15, and this is for the euro yen. And the reason we've selected the euro yen is very simple. If we look at the currency strength indicator, we can immediately see that we have several opportunities, but I've selected the euro yen on this occasion. Now the euro is the orange line, which you can see is rising very strongly on the 15-minute time horizon, and equally falling very strongly is the Japanese yen, the magenta line, which is also falling with the dollar, the red line. And of course, what we expect to see when we look at the charts across this sort of time frame is we would expect to see a strong trend developing in the euro yen because we have divergence of bullish and bearish sentiment. Very bullish sentiment towards the euro and very bearish sentiment towards the Japanese yen. And of course, that's what we're seeing on the chart. So over on the right-hand side, we can see this reflected on the 5-minute time horizon and also on the 15-minute. And in addition, on the chart, you can also see that the trend monitor, which is looking at development of the trend, has transitioned fully from the bright red of the bearish trend for the euro yen into the bright blue for the bullish trend. And we've had one or two pause points where the trend has paused a little and the trend monitor has transitioned to a darker color. But that's the function of the trend monitor. It's designed to try to help to keep you in through those periods of reversals when your emotion is really dominating, and at that point, if you had a nice position, it's the point at which you start to worry and fret and get concerned and perhaps close out far too early. And that's what the trend monitor does. It's been designed to help you maintain a position to maximize the longer term profitability on the return for any position you've taken in the market. And on the 15-minute, you can see there we've gone from the bright red through a transitional dark blue, and now we're into the brighter blue, reflecting what is going on in our 5-minute at a slightly slower pace on our 15-minute. What you can also see there on the 15-minute time horizon is we've just broken through quite a strong area of what was price resistance, as denoted with that very solid line on the support and resistance indicator. And that too will be helping to give us confidence that now we've breached that level. Provided the candle closes above it, then that is going to provide some decent support for us in the move higher. Now, what I've also done on the currency matrix, which as I said earlier, I've got set on a 15-minute and a 30-minute time horizon, is I've isolated out the euro itself, which is why you're only seeing the euro pairs. But in addition to that, I've also highlighted it with the bookmark function, which is available on the matrix itself. And that's why the euro yen is highlighted in purple. It's a function and a feature we have on several of the indicators, particularly the currency matrix and the currency array, which allows you to see instantly the currency pair of interest. So the euro yen is in purple on both time horizons. Now what we're seeing here is quite interesting, because what you want to see when you're trading any particular currency pair is you want to know whether you are trading with the universal sentiment across the market. And certainly, broadly speaking, for the euro, that is true right now. You can start to sense that the euro pairs, whilst the euro yen is pretty high and strong up the ranking ladder, The others are starting to climb and move to join it. So it's giving you a sense that the euro sentiment across the matrix is universal. In other words, the market, generally speaking, is buying euros across all the various pairs. Now, the one that's a bit of a standout, if you will, is the euro pound. If you saw at the start of the video, the euro pound was bright red at the bottom, certainly on the 15-minute, and remains there on the 30-minute. And the reason for that is largely because we've also seen some very strong buying of the British pound this morning. I'm recording this video fairly early in the London session, so as you would expect, the euro and the pound are pretty much in focus. But you can see there on the 30-minute currency matrix, the euro pound is pretty much anchored at the bottom of the matrix itself and shown as bright red. In other words, what's happening there is it is very much the buying of the British pound that is holding the euro pound down at that level. In other words, the buying that we're seeing elsewhere for the euro is not strong enough to counterbalance the strength of buying in the British pound, which is why the euro pound is down the bottom. What's also interesting is that on the 15-minute currency matrix, we're now starting to see the euro pound lift as it moves away from that bottom position, the 28 ranking position on that particular time frame. So again, it's giving us a sense that despite the strength of buying in the pound, the sentiment towards the euro, even in that pair, is now starting to dominate and drive that particular pair higher. And ultimately, of course, if that does follow through universally, and indeed as I'm speaking there, you can see the euro pound has just hopped up to position 27. Now, what I've also done in this video is I've actually moved the price action forward so that you can actually see how this position developed and how the matrix then reflected this. And as we can see, the euro yen is now firmly at the top of the ranking ladder. It is the most bullish of all the euro yen, of all the euro pairs on the 15-minute time horizon. What you can also see there is that the euro pound has also joined all its associated pairs on the left-hand side of the ladder. In other words, that euro sentiment, which you can see very strongly reflected now on the 15-minute currency strength indicator, has been climbing relentlessly, very strongly, and counterbalanced by the yen, which has been falling equally strongly. And you can see that reflected on the chart. On the 5-minute there, we've got pretty much universal blue on the trend monitor. We've got this very nice trend which has developed throughout the morning, and down on the slower time frame of the 15-minute euro yen chart, equally the same picture there. And you can see the trend monitor is continuing to support that. We've also gone through another potential area of resistance, although perhaps a little bit of a pause point coming there with some consolidation maybe around that particular level. In addition, on the 30-minute currency matrix, you can also see the euro yen there is climbed to spot 2, very strong, and the euro pound has managed to raise itself off the bottom of the ranking ladder there and is now risen to spot 24. So it really gives you the complete picture of what is going on in terms of taking a position in the market, managing that position with your indicators on the charts themselves, and the currency matrix, amongst others, giving you that all-important heads up as to sentiment across the market for the particular pair that you're trading. So I hope you've enjoyed this particular video, and it's given you some thoughts and ideas in applying and using the currency matrix with the currency strength indicator, with your other quantum trading indicators on the charts. Hope you've enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Lots more to come, and bye for now.